I'm Kate Atherley and I'm a sock knitter. I'm also a designer, a knitting teacher, and author of 4 knitting books including Custom Socks, Knit to Fit Your Feet. I think everyone should knit socks. Sock knitting is fun and engaging. Hand knit socks are a fantastic gift and they're warmer and more comfortable than even the most expensive store-bought socks. And you can custom fit them. After all, we don't all have an average size or shape foot. And look at the yarns. So many beautiful yarns to choose from. I love buying sock yarn. After all, it's only one skein that you need, and so it's not so expensive, and it barely takes up any room in your stash box or your suitcase if you're traveling. It's the ideal travel souvenir. There are so many great indie dyers creating beautiful, wonderful, and one-of-a-kind sock yarns. And socks are an excellent portable project. The whole thing fits in a small knitting bag and is ideal for tucking in the corner of your purse or your laptop bag. I mean, look at this, how adorable is that? And there's what I need for my sock. I love working on a sock while I'm in lineups at the bank, at the DMV, at the passport office, at the airport. Helps pass the time. And socks are great TV knitting too. Most of them are plain, and so you can knit without having to pay too much attention. And equally though, if you want a more challenging project to help pass the time, there are lots of patterns for really interesting socks. Lace, for example, cables like this one, or color work. There are lots of different ways to knit socks. You can go from the cuff down, you can go from the toe up, you can use double points, you can use a long circular needle in a method we call magic loop, or you can use 2 circular needles, or even a teeny tiny circular needle. And if you want, you can also knit 2 at the same time. If you've never knit socks before, you really should give it a go. Socks aren't nearly as complicated as you might think. As long as you're comfortable with knit, purl, increasing and decreasing, and have a little experience working in the round, then you're ready. If you don't like DPNs, that's okay. Use one of the other methods. If you find magic loop a bit confusing, you can use DPNs. Although the 2 directions, top down and toe up, are about the same in difficulty level, I recommend you start your sock knitting adventures going top down. You've got some plain knitting to do before you have to worry about doing any shaping or following the heel instructions. A toe up sock starts right away with shaping, so you're sort of thrown in the deep end a little bit. Can be a little bit trickier. Equally though, you get the tricky bit over with first, so that's not a bad thing. And if you are just starting out, start with a kid's sock in a thicker yarn, like a worsted weight yarn, like I've done here. They're faster, the yarn is thicker so you can see your stitches, and they're adorable when you're done, so instant baby gift. Once you've got the hang of the process, you can move to fingering weight yarn, sock yarn. Fingering weight socks are fine enough to wear in your shoes and your boots. And then once you've mastered top down, I definitely encourage you to give toe up socks a go too. Decide which you like best, which fit and which knitting process. If you're knitting for larger feet, going toe up can be a great thing to do because then you're not worried about running out of yarn as you move up the leg. And I do that if I'm using up leftovers as well. I like top down socks because then I don't have to worry too much about doing any measuring until I just get to the last section, the toe. And also top down socks are fun if I want to play with customizing the leg and adding some pattern stitches and things. My new book, Custom Socks, Knit to Fit Your Feet, takes you right from the start of your sock knitting adventures through to being able to design your own, whether for special fit needs or just extra special patterning. The book provides the vanilla patterns for all size feet and all thicknesses of yarn, both toe up and top down, and provides lots of information on how to customize them to meet your specific needs. I've also provided information on how to work the socks on different types of needles, and I've shared all my favorite tips and tricks and techniques for making sock knitting fun and ensuring the process is a great time and what you end up with looks great, fits great, and wears great. Sock knitting, all the cool kids are doing. Come join us.